Hello girls and boys, time for another session of nature art with me, wildlife artist Gordon Darcy. If you listen in the background, you can hear the bird that we're going to draw today. It's called a great tit. Not that it's a great bird in size, it's only the size of a sparrow. But great's a word that is used to describe the larger member of the species, because there are other tits. They used to be called titmice because they jumped around the place in a very agitated manner. The Irish name is Mianton Mór, and I'm very familiar with this bird because when I was a little boy, it used to steal the cream from the top of the milk bottles when milk was served in bottles. Nowadays it's served in cartons, so the great tit can't do that anymore. But it was a bird everyone's familiar with from the garden because it goes to the bird feeders and to the bird tables. So let's start with the simple oval that I did last time. Can you see it there? I'm doing it particularly lightly so as you can see the structure. And there's the head, another oval there. Now let's put the heavy lines on it. So I'm going to do its beak first of all. Got a stout little beak like a finch. And the head comes round like this, down to the back, and the two wings folded at the back, and then the tail sticking out the back like that. So I can draw the shape of its body now, down there, and you can see it's rather like a sparrow in shape. I've magnified it 100 times, of course, in my drawing. There's the eye, a white spot on the top of the eye, and let's just draw its shoulder here like this. Now we'll have it perched on a twig like I did with the other ones. There's the thin leg. 1, 2, 3 toes in front, 1 behind. 1, 2, 3 toes in front and 1 behind. And we'll have it standing then on a branch. There's the branch there. It's coming down to its beak. I'm doing little knobbly bits along the branch. Like that. Those could be places where there's a little bit of moss or maybe a lichen or something like that. I'll put some claws on the end of his feet as well because he has to hold on very tightly onto the branch. Now there we are. So let's draw the pattern on his head. He's got a dark cap on his head that comes round like that and gives him a white cheek. That cheek there is very, very white. And then a little cap on top of his head. It comes down like this, and then there's a black line right down the middle of his belly, right down to the underside of his tail. And then over here on his wing, a white bar. Right there. You might see the edge of it just here too. And then down here, feathers are all folded up like that. Now we have his outline. All we have to do now is colour him in. So what colour are we going to make him? Well, underneath here he's predominantly yellow, like this. So I put a bit of yellow crayon down here to show you that part. Right there. And in sunlight that's very bright yellow, but in dull light it doesn't look so bright as that. Blue on his shoulder, just here. Blue on his shoulder there, see a little bit of it there too. And then green on his back. Right down here, green, 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 green. Nice bluey green as well, it's not grass green. There we go. Just bring it down onto his shoulder here to fill in that patch. So, a little bit more colour on his wings here. So that the white bar stands out very clearly. Also on his tail. The crayon comes off very nicely on the paper. The edges of his tail are white, so I should maybe make those feathers stand out a little bit so as you can see them. white there, and white there. Okay, so what colour is his head? Well, as I said, his cheeks are white, but then the top of his head is black. So it's very black in here, right there. Do you know what? This crayon isn't giving you the right effect, so I'm going to use the marker for this. Just blacken it in a bit better like that so you can see it better. Right down there, there's the black bit. And then, as I said, right down the middle of his belly, he's got a black streak. And when you see the underside of his tummy, it stands out very clearly. There we go. So, dark grey on his beak, just there. And on his feet and legs, right here like that. There we go. Let's make those stripes a little bit stronger here. Okay, now let's colour in the branch as well. We can make the branch some greyish colour. There and there. A little bit of blue coming off from the crayon there. And I might darken that down a little bit of some brown. Yeah, that's better. That's more like the colour of a branch there. That's a brownish colour. So then what about some background? I think we'll put some green into the background to show the leaves in the garden on the trees. And out of focus, you don't have to do it clearly, as long as you give the impression, that's enough. Some darker green here too, with my darker green. Here we go. Some darker green here. Smudge like that. So that's just the leaf and shadow right there. And it's a very nice little bird. All the kids love this bird because its song is teacher, teacher, teacher. I don't know if you heard that at the start whenever I was introducing the session, but it sings teacher, teacher, teacher. And of course, when you're out with the teacher, you can draw his attention to that. It's quite a nice little addition to the story. So there he is. I'll write his name down on the top here, and you can G-R-E-A-T. Tit. Used to be called titmouse, as I said. And we'll put our signature in the bottom. There we go. Now,